Hello everyone, happy Wednesday, happy scoping out. You guys were a little upset with me last week, not even gonna lie. We talked about identifying your everyone, right? Everyone's gonna judge me, everyone says. And we talked about how to sort of like let some of that go. And some of the feedback from that was, yeah, but Triffany, I actually do have a lot of people that do judge me that way. They say those things. It's not like I'm just making this shit up and I don't understand how the dynamics of my family work or my critics or whatever, right? This didn't come out of nowhere. And they are, in fact, coming to me with this negative feedback and this criticism. So then what? Then what do I do, right? I do everything right and I still can't make everybody happy. Well, remember, we did touch on that just a little when we talked about allowing them to own their story. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, about this separation of lanes, right? I always talk about staying in your lane. The only thing we have any control over is ourself and our response to the world. We can't make anybody see us any differently, talk to us any differently, believe anything differently about us. We can't make them believe what we're saying is the truth or understand our circumstances, see the world from our point of view. We cannot. And the more we try to do that, the more we're giving up our energy, the more that we're investing into their story. So energetically, we're actually giving them more to believe. So let's say somebody's, I think last week I said something about a family reunion. So you can't go to the family reunion because budget restrictions or whatever. Well, Aunt Susie's pissed because, she put her trip on the credit card. So why couldn't you have done that, right? And Aunt Susie's coming to you saying, you must not value this family. She's actually saying this. So now your everyone has a face and your everyone is actually saying the things to you that you were afraid that they were going to say. Now, what happens if you come to Aunt Susie and you start explaining all of the reasons that you are trying to honor your budget? She already has a belief. And if you've been following any of this for any amount of time, you understand that beliefs don't change on logistical, logical, intellectual proof. They just don't. They change from a feeling state. So we can't make anyone else believe anything different. If Aunt Susie's got her panties in a bunch because she went into debt and you didn't, and she prioritizes the family and you don't, she has a belief in place. You can't nudge that. You can over time, but not in the space of time it's going to take to receive some grace and compassion about a family reunion. So what can you do about Aunt Susie? You can't make her do anything. You cannot. Give it up. You are giving up your energy, you're giving up your time, you are giving into frustration and confusion and betrayal and all of these things that feed the story you have about your everyone. Because remember, even if Aunt Susie is saying that, that is one person. But because your feeling state goes into one of negativity and defensiveness and fear, and because your feeling state goes in there, what's happening to your belief system about everyone? Now, everyone is against you. Now, nobody understands. Now, you have this whole dynamic created with members of your family that are completely innocent in all of this because you didn't do your work, right? So how do you let go of Aunt Susie's criticism? How do you do that and allow for her to have her opinion and you to have your freedom and your peace of mind? When I say freedom, obviously you're free to do whatever the hell you want, but your peace of mind around it, right? You do your work. Where are you? If you're not feeling valued, if you're not feeling heard, if you're not feeling like your priorities matter to the people that you feel like should love you, remember that you spot it, you got it. If you're seeing it in somebody else, you're doing it. So how do you respond differently? Well, you come to Aunt Susie, right? You come to Aunt Susie and you have a little conversation with her about her priorities. And you admire her priorities and you give her all due props. Oh my gosh, Aunt Susie, the family is so lucky to have you. Holy cow. I agree. I could spend more time with the family. I could touch base more. I completely understand what you're saying about me being absent or me not being there. I get it, right? Susie's not feeling heard. She's not feeling valued. She's not feeling prioritized. And now if you switch that, are you going to make her feel validated and seen? You don't know. But what you are going to do is you're taking back all of that energy. Remember, in Fail to Win, we're in the telecourse right now, but you might also have a copy of the book. Forgiveness is not about saying it's okay. We're not telling Aunt Susie it's okay to berate us and make us feel badly. We're saying, we're not giving permission to the behavior. We're saying that Aunt Susie no longer gets our energy, all that negative energy. We're saying we're taking back that energy, we're putting it into something positive, and that something positive is always ourself and how we respond to the world. Now, Aunt Susie isn't prepared for you to see her and understand her and value her and prioritize her. She's not prepared for that because she has a completely different story, right? So what fight does she have if you come to her and you tell her how much you value her? And you tell her how lucky the family is to have her. You don't have to apologize for not being there. You don't have to justify a dang thing. You don't owe Aunt Susie anything when you're honoring your budget or whatever the thing is, right? You just simply allow Aunt Susie to have her story, because anything you're going to do is just going to confirm it in her mind anyway. She's going to believe what she's going to believe. Yeah, they told me that they're on a strict budget because of pay cuts and they're not going to get a raise, but I know damn good and well they just bought a new car. I know. Aunt Susie, right? How's that Aunt Susie face? Poor Aunt Susie. But she's going to believe what she's going to believe anyway. And anything you're going to do is just going to further this proof that you are a disingenuous person and you aren't prioritizing things right and you're all messed up and she's right and you're wrong. So go ahead and tell her she's right. And take all of that energy you would have done to fight Aunt Susie and explain yourself and put it into the things that are going to help you solve the problems you have. A budget problem, for instance, right? Or a time problem, or a travel problem, or whatever it is. A marriage problem, a home problem, a job problem, right? Take all of that energy and put it in your lane. The moment you are trying to get somebody else to understand something, see something, feel something, believe something, is the moment you are out of your lane, right? So what you do is you come back into your lane and you figure out where your control is and what you can do with it. And you stay focused there. That is your focus. And with that, my dog is on set. It's a good place to wrap up. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let me know how this goes for you. Do you understand the difference between forgiveness as a form of letting go of that energy versus a form of permission? If you get stuck on that or anything else that I'm saying, let me know in the comments. Come to the blog. Look out my front window. But stay in touch with me and allow me the opportunity to be of service to you, whether it's through these Periscopes, the Fail to Win book course. You can find it on Amazon or whatever else I have offering on my website at tiffanyhammond.com. Remember to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you Wednesdays, 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Goodbye, my lovely.